Hey yo, my Polaticos friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and I'm joined with Web Searcher.
Hey everybody, it's 2:20, or that might be 4:15. Looking at the clock, just in case y'all want to know. Hope you're doing well, folks.
They can't see the clock.
Oh, they can't?
No.
Oh, well, sorry. You'll see it when you're entering at the welcome sign. Just look at the clock. You'll know what I was talking about.
Can I give the intro?
Yes.
And welcome back to another Park Spotlight Contest Edition. Today we're going to be looking at the Princess's Mountain Park, a medieval fairy tale styled park created by AlexBanana. And here they say, a medieval fairy tale style park with a big mountain background and special info. I tried to build this park with only in-game pieces of the main game, no DLCs needed, so everyone should be able to download and open up the park and enjoy it. Okay, I wonder why you did that. Is it that just so everyone could download the park and enjoy it? Because
Probably. You know, I've heard a lot of people that don't have DLCs go, well, I can't download and keep the park. And this way, at least the people that just have the base game will be able to keep it, you know, if they want to on their hard drive. I can understand, I suppose.
Okay, let's get into it.
See the clock?
There's the clock.
Right there.
Now everyone knows what he was on about. Yeah.
Yes, the web's not quite right all the time, folks.
I've noticed you did that in a few, where you're talking about what we're seeing. But
yeah.
Imagine if I give the intro and this is what everyone was looking at the whole time.
That's true. That's true. Because it's paused.
That's the whole reason we go through and get cinematic shots. I don't think everyone quite understands how much work goes into one singular video.
Yes, we get to listen to Johnny. At the beginning, he does this thing where he pans, these little short pans, and he goes tick, tock.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, he marks it so that he can edit it quicker with the little sounds. Pretty smart fella.
Thanks. The old road, little plaza. This is quite nice.
Yeah, I look at the roof on that building though, and I think the one on the right, and I think it could use like an overhang on this side with the roof, or at least some kind of a little more trim up top.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I like this section.
Little bench. This is cute. That's going pretty fast. Ooh, that seems exciting.
Look it.
Yeah, this is nice.
Will the people walk across the grass to those? I guess they have to, because you can't put the benches down unless you got some kind of pathway, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's a natural path.
Okay. Nice. Well, park.
Something above us, too. That's pretty. Staff only.
And of course, we want to peek.
Yeah, how do we get up here?
Well, I think this is just decoration up here.
Right.
You'll see this from the coaster.
Cool. Oh, looks like there's a whole underground.
Oh, nice. Looking forward to seeing that. But let's check above ground first.
Well, it is here. How about we see this main plaza area and then we'll go down.
Okay.
Gifts, drinks, food. There's knowing me, I'll forget about it.
Well, there's a ride over there. To our right.
Princess's Hideout, that's what it's down there.
Roses are a nice touch.
See, this Hellion ride has the same issue as Polar Point that we featured. It's just in the rocks. Now that's kind of it's interesting because either people have completely forgotten to skin this ride, and then others have come up with like the craziest ideas for this ride, putting it in the most unsuspecting places and integrating it in such a way. So this one has been probably the biggest hit and miss in the contest. We have talked about what have been the most used rides in the park contest so far, and we've come up with like Carousel, the drop tower. Even the Monte Leon has been pretty heavy, but this one certainly makes an appearance like every other episode. So
that's pretty impressive. I didn't realize that we were getting that many of them in the parks.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot.
Well, it is a ride that doesn't eat up a lot of space.
Right.
Because it's so thin.
What do we have down here? Oh, this is the station. Oh no, it's a dark ride. Can't be missing the dark rides. You know what happens when you do that?
You have to put out a second quick video.
Yeah, I guess it's not a big deal, is it?
No. That was a
don't overreact.
a good way of doing it, though. You made up for it. I appreciate you taking that extra effort. All of us did.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen anybody use the cat rides, the magic cat rides yet.
I think this is the first. You are correct. Wow. We're gonna be here for a few minutes. It's a real dark ride. How do we want to sit on this? Because the little cat hat is not the best. Maybe like this.
Yeah, I like this view.
Okay. And
so amazing that
doesn't look like
so
they
small,
use a
it takes
sequencer.
up so much room.
So we're gonna have to manually change it to night. There, way better.
Hey.
All right, tell us the princess's story. The coaster above just makes it sound so dangerous.
There wasn't a soundtrack with this, was there?
We didn't allow it, so. But
I meant a narrative.
I hear music.
I was thinking a narrative telling us a story, because you did say people could do that.
There's no download file for this. There's a backslash in there. Maybe they forgot to. They typed something in there, but it's not a link.
This would have been a great ride, though, for a narrative. Somebody's having a bad day. That's cool looking.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that you did this whole underground dark ride thing as like a bonus, because these take up a lot of space, about as much as a mini park would. But when you do it underground like this, it's all extra.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was shorter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not over. Or is it over? It is over. Huh.
It said 180 seconds. Was that 180 seconds? Huh. Interesting. I mean, that was okay. I think it could have used... It definitely, these ones do need a little bit of a narrative.
They do. You can tell a story while you're riding it.
Yeah.
Even if you recorded it just yourself. And I do think you said that in the rules, people could make like a narrative, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And now you get to see it at night, Webb.
Yeah, I like seeing them at night. You know me. The magic comes out at night.
Main plaza and castle. Let's go.
That away.
There she goes. Nice.
Yeah, I like the nighttime a lot. I noticed your mountains in the background, and when I looked at them, I noticed they've got those streaks in them. And it's the way this game handles tall mountains with it puts these streaks in it.
Yeah.
I have fought with them. The only solution I have found is to use like 3 different paints on the mountain. One of them at high saturation, one at medium, which you'd put down second, and then one on light, which you'd put down last. And sometimes you can kind of blend those lines out of the way, and sometimes you can't. And when you can't, the only other option you have is to get the roughing tool and kind of rough up the mountain a little bit.
Rough it up.
Yeah. Punch it into a submission, that kind of thing. You know.
Oh, we climbed all the way up top just for this. Oh no.
And you know they charge you extra for the ATM up here.
Yeah, that's why they put the ATM next to this thing, because you can never freaking get anything out of these freaking claws.
Oh.
Oh, back down. Oh, you're really fast at climbing stairs. Holy moly.
No kidding. She works here.
Just riding the railing.
She does it all the time, every day. That's her job. I got to go up there and check it, make certain nobody stole it.
Stole it? Just walk out the machine.
Watch him try to get on the bus with it. There's one downstairs, too. Huh.
Suckers. We climb the tower. Baby
The one up
Dread's
at the
a
top
souvenir.
doesn't charge you that extra service charge. That's just the reason they put it up there.
Get your baby drats. 3-4 viewing points is a little excessive.
Yeah.
I think you only need one to do the trick. Ooh, Zozo. Zozo.
Channel 5 community what? Back up. There was a sign back there, Johnny.
What?
Go out of the room. Look right. Look right. No, you look left. Turn right. A little bit more. Right there.
Oh, it's for the fast pass.
Yeah. Channel 5 community pass.
Everyone in the community gets a pass.
Well, now that's what you call good service right there. A little underwhelming. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like it needs, those openings need trimming around them or something. The ride itself, this is a real difficult one to do much on it. You could build something on that back pole.
But even as a fantasy park, it's such a weird choice to have me when you could have gotten any of the other fantasy magical rides somewhere in this park. I mean, I've already expressed I'm not really a fan of when people are just putting rides in buildings, because not only is it hard to do that, when you look at it on the inside, you can't, you have to fit the interior to the ride rather than having a proper interior. The only way this could work is if this was a big cathedral, but why would you have a ride in the middle unless it was like a carousel or something in the center? It's a tricky thing to do. It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's happy for once. We're going to the icy storm.
Okay. I'm guessing this is going to be a coaster. This is the Woody, maybe?
I think it's an RMC.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yep. Got some steel rails.
I think we're going to do this a day.
That'll work.
Okay, here we are at the Icy Storm. Green across the board. Almost 8 excitement on that. Average speed 14 miles per hour. 53 is max. It looked like it was going way faster than that.
May have a long lift hill.
We'll do C.
It's a nice view watching the other coaster go by. Lift hill's not that long. So that's not where our speed's been scrubbed. Johnny, we blew a tire.
Sounded like it.
Nice trigger on the water.
I like all the sound effects and action you put into this. It's a bit of a mini action coaster. I like it.
It's moving pretty good.
It is. A lot faster than the stats said it would be. I mean,
I can only think that when it tested or something, it must have had a long wait for a block section or something.
right, the average went up to 25 after we finished.
Nice ride.
But yeah, that was awesome. And I love the way it just kind of integrates, so it interacts with the park like it's going above everyone. Everywhere we're going, we're seeing that coaster just rip
Yeah.
by.
Good visual.
It's really cool. Little plaza this way. I think we're going back in circles now.
Possibly. It feels that way.
Back to the princess's hideout.
Yep.
Okay, let's cheat. So I don't think we went down this way, but there's not a whole lot going on over here.
No, it kind of looks like a cemetery outside the park. And there's your church straight ahead.
Is there something in there? Oh, new church. Confessions here.
The information guy, the last person you want to tell your secrets to, because he's in the information industry. I just want to point that out.
He's selling your confessions. Oh, that's hilarious.
He makes the most money of anybody in the park.
So we got another flat ride here. The beer shaker. It's like barrels of beer. That's quite fun. Fried potato.
Fresh shaked beer. Is that what it said?
I don't want my beer shaked. Okay. Well, I think that's it for the explorable area. Let's talk about
a lot of rock work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Let's talk about the pros and cons then. I love the way the coaster interacts with the whole park. Like everywhere you go in the park, you're seeing that coaster go by, and it builds up that anticipation and that fun factor. And it was quite nice. I think it could be a little bit more improved. It's very flat in some areas, but then
it has good speed.
It has good speed.
The coaster has good speed, but
yeah, the elements leave a little bit to be desired. The layout itself could be a little bit more. How do I say it?
Maybe
flowy,
a few more loops or more inversions.
It's just very like straight and cut, more organic. That's the word I'm looking for. A little more banking and weaving in and out. And, it's just very like straight. So I think the layout itself could be just slightly improved, but that's from like a top-down layout. From the ride perspective, it's pretty decent. Now I think some of your castle stuff, it feels like it needs a little bit more trim, and I think you kind of mentioned that with the inside. It's a little bit drab looking, but at nighttime it was pretty nice. It had that magical vibe, right? Definitely shines at nighttime. I think it's
castles are a funny thing to make.
They're tricky. They're the hardest in this game by far because they look really, really boring unless you do crazy amounts of shape and complexity and try to avoid using these like very repetitive brick walls. You have to try to splice it up, put more little trims on there just so it pops, and that sort of thing. Otherwise it can come out looking very, very samey. And I don't know if this backdrop is helping it, but it does help it at nighttime. So it's one of these weird things where, it kind of looks scary at nighttime.
Happy.
It's like a haunted house.
I'm happy you put the mountains behind it.
Yeah.
You use terrain to your advantage here,
right?
And
but
it makes it kind of blended with the mountains in the distance.
This is the Princess's Mountain fairy tale castle. It's feeling more like the Dr. Doom's mansion.
A little bit, yeah. One of the things I look for in a castle is I always think of a castle starts off as a big kind of mansion, and then you start putting towers around it, but it's got to be that main building, right? And then sometimes you'll have 2 or 3 other buildings kind of either attached to it or barely set off from it, like a stable, the main hall, those kinds of things. And then you start working your towers around it. And so often I see lots of towers, but I don't see a lot of main structure.
Right. Yeah, the towers don't make sense without the structure, because that... I see what you're saying there.
You got to have that living space.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about this one that pushes me more towards, like, spooky. I don't know what it is. But then you have elements of that playful, medieval, funfair stuff. I don't know if it's enough of it to sell this as the Princess's theme park. I don't know how to quite describe what I'm trying to say, but it does look ominous, menacing, and grim.
Especially when you see that little building off in the background over there, which I thought was maybe the graveyard or something, or maybe it's just a caved-in church.
Yeah. It's a little sad, but so what it needs for me is more fun fair colors, more ribbons and, you know, lights and things that really make it pop, like very festival. Think about like the Hobbits' little, you know, party time that they had in the Lord of the Rings 1, you know? There's just so much stuff going on there that's like festivals and colors and things. And as we're coming into the park too, it's a very quiet and there's not any music or anything like really. In fact, all I hear is whoa, menacing sounds everywhere.
Thanks, Johnny. Now I've got Bilbo's birthday speech going over and over in my mind.
But yeah, for me, I think if you're selling the Princess as theme park, just find more ways to bring those colors out, and that would definitely help a little bit more. Music is going to be big, and yeah, those are my points of feedback for you. Do you have anything to add to this, Webb?
You know, not a lot. I do like kind of some of the rock work you did up front. Although I think I'd like to have seen maybe a tree or two stuck in around all those rocks on the ground. It looks a little bare, but on the whole, I can tell you put a lot of effort into those rocks. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it is the color thing that's getting me. The park does look a little bit on the drab side.
Right. I also think the layout could be improved. Like this path doesn't serve a purpose to have two paths doing the same thing right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Like sure, this one's supposed to go up, but why not just do a staircase here? Or I don't know. It feels kind of strange that there's two pathways right next to each other, and
the dead end in that tower, I didn't quite understand. You know, where we went up to the buddy machine.
Yeah, some of the layout could be a little bit more organic. It's a little bit scrambly,
but still, I'm hoping you had fun with the build.
Yeah, I mean that's
what we're doing at the end of the day.
Fun elements that I think you're going good with, like these this whole area here. When we first came in,
area.
It was very fun, and it felt like this is, you know, if this was like what the whole park felt like, color. We have color balloons, with, you know, flowers, and there's trim on the buildings. There's all sorts of really nice stuff. Carry that forward, right? And even here we have all this like beautiful centerpiece areas, and you know, just keep going with that. And as we go, it starts to get a little bit more of, like you said, drab. We're losing that color and as we get to the back, but I don't know, maybe that's what you're going more for, because this seems all intentional. I guess it needs a little bit of a backstory. Maybe the princess is
maybe she's not a nice person.
Yeah, but she also has a dungeon. Right. So
she has a hideout, so apparently she has enemies.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening here. Well, a very interesting one. A strong effort by AlexBanana. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. And that's going to do it for us in today's Park Spotlight. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next contest submission. Bye now.
Bye, folks.